everybody, welcome back to the channel. In this video I am going to show you the rest of the setup for Linux FX version 11. What you saw in the last video was me doing the initial install, getting it set up to run Windows software and all that. I would have done it all in one video, but that would have been a way too long video. So without further ado, let's get started. So I did updates to this operating system, and as you can see right now, it's 1:35 p.m. as of right now. And what's nice about this is the time is in the right spot. So what's nice about this is the image is a little bit different, which I really like. And what's cool about it is this Linux OS looks exactly like Windows 7. So if I click the mouse, that shows up. So what I am trying to do now is I am going to set up the rest of the software needed to run Windows software. Okay. And yes, this has a virtual keyboard just like Windows does. And I can switch users just like that. Oh, there we go. That was very interesting. It wouldn't do it from that, but when I clicked switch user, it worked. Okay, so if I click start and go to settings, alright, it says run .exe space e space, that's a period, MSI. What this is Windows support, and what this will do is it'll allow me to run Windows software correctly. As you saw in my previous video, I tried to install Opera and it went to a certain point and wouldn't work. It was missing some software. Now with this, every Linux OS, from my experience, will handle things a little bit differently. Okay, so now I am going to click this. Okay, so I have a couple different options here. I could install additional compatibility modules automatically, which is what I'm going to do. Open wine settings, and I can manually install additional modules. Now, when you manually do it, you can set it up how you like. So let's say Windows has process A and B. Well, in this case, you could install process A or process B without the other. So I am going to click advance here. And what you see is basically like the shell. This is for networking. That's a kind of a version of that. So what's happening now is I told the script that was programmed in here to go ahead and install this stuff. And basically what's happening is now it's downloading the package, so now I can run Windows software. I know I said this in another video, but .exe, .bat, and .com are all executable files. So as you see here, it is running the process. and I can manually install the packages myself, but I want to explore this operating system a little more, so I'm going to install everything and see how good it is as a Windows alternative. Alright, it's running the process. What you saw before was x86, which is the 32-bit version. This is x64, so now I have the ability to run both 32-bit and 64-bit software in Wine. Alright, so we are at 82, 3, 4% here. And what's going to happen is, once this is done, it's going to install some other packages too. This is what it takes to make Windows software run in Linux, but it is worth it. And also I can go into Wine itself and configure the settings. And the screensaver popped up again. There we go. So, and as you see, that is the Windows style installer. So this is working, which is what I want. And what I'll do is I'll install a .exe file. There we go. Okay, so as you know, in Windows, you have to install Net Framework in order to get programs to work. When you're trying to run them in a Linux distribution, you have to install that as well. That's what makes the programs work. So it says 4 hours and 38 minutes, which is actually not correct because I am on a Spectrum network, which is not dial-up. So, alright, so I have read and accepted, install. I'm going to keep that over here. I'm going to move that over here. So that way we could see everything that is going on. There. So it's installing now. And this Linux install has been the easiest to install this particular software. Alright, so the net framework is done. So we're completely done with that. So now I'm going to click exit. And now this part is going to continue. And this is all the things that you have to do to make sure Windows runs properly. Pretty amazing at how much software is in actually Windows itself to make Windows do what it needs to do. And the process is still running. There is a lot here to install. It's pretty amazing. I don't know how much code there actually is, but there is a lot. So while that is being done, let's look at updates. It's telling me I'm not up to date. Alright, so let's see what updates there are. And there we go with the Windows install again. And it looks more like a Windows 98 install than it does the other stuff. And Microsoft.net. So the .NET framework is being recognized by this operating system. So here's what happened. It installed 3.5, .NET Framework 3.5. Obviously that is not the new one. So this program over here is recognizing, hey, you're not running the newest one, we need to update it. So here we go, we're going to install. So as you see over here, it is paused until this process continues. And it's recognizing that the .NET Framework version 4 is being installed. Alright, so now this is done. and I'm going to click Finish. Alright, so it's asking me to restart the computer. So I have two choices here. I could do it right now, or I could do it later. I am going to click Restart Later. Okay, so it's telling itself to terminate, which means end. So we'll see what it is extracting next. Probably a service pack, which is what it's actually doing. So the program to run Windows on here, this is a little separate than Wine. It's going to use the service packs. That's why you're seeing that. So anything Microsoft.net related is going to be installed. Which is okay. So I'm just going to click Continue. Alright, so it's looking for other things that are not there right now, so I'm just going to click Update All on this. Alright, so this is Net Framework 4.8. I do not know what the newest Net Framework from Microsoft is, so we'll see how far it takes it. And as you can see, there's a wine glass here because Wine is actually running for this. So as you can see now, it's still working. So hopefully it'll be done soon, and then we can continue going. So hopefully it'll be done soon and we can keep going on what we were doing here. Okay, so I just looked up the information here. And the newest version of .NET Framework is version 4.8. I wasn't sure on the version number, so I had to look that up. So, alright, so now what I do is I click Finish, and I'm going to restart later. Microsoft Visual C++ 2013 Distributable x86. So, C++ is a programming language Windows uses. And a lot of programs you kind of need it to run. That is one thing I don't know why, but you do need it to run. So I'm going to click Agree. I'm going to click Install. There we go. So that was really, really quick. Click Close, and here we go. Okay. 64-bit version. So we'll see what's going to happen here. It's going through all the versions here. There's both a 32-bit version and a 64-bit version. That's why you're seeing things twice. Ooh, this is interesting. Windows 2000 Service Pack 4. So basically, the program, when you saw my last video of installing it, it's based off Windows 2000. Alright, it says the system has been updated. Now you can run MS Windows applications on Linux FX platform. So now, what I do have to do is I do have to restart the system to get Net Framework installed. So, click OK, and everything goes away. So now what I got to do is I'm going to exit out of here, and we are going to restart the system. So once I restart the system and it comes back up, I am going to try to install Opera again. So once I install Opera, I'll have everything that I need, and I just prove that, hey, this can run Windows software. There we go. So once this comes back, I'm going to relaunch the Opera installation. There we go. Alright, so we are back in. So now I should be able to run Opera setup. But first, I want to check the settings here. Make sure that doesn't show up again. Alright, so now I should be able to run Opera. So now it said it was done. So basically, the updates are a little weird on this. I do have the most compatible. Oh, okay. So it recognizes that it's not the most compatible version. So I have two choices. I can go get something else, or try that again. So basically what I'm going to do is I'm just going to download. I'll go back online, and what I'll do is I'll download Opera again. So basically what happened was I didn't get that before. It just tried to do it. So what happened was is the installation process, the file is too old. So once the file is too old, then it becomes an issue with this. So go to Google. There we go. Opera web browser. We'll download it from the official site this time. We're going to click download now. Alright, so it's downloading the version for Linux, because this is Linux. So give me a second to find some software here. Which I'm trying to get to. Alright, sorry I had to take care of something there. So, alright, I am back. So, wait, let me switch to user. Alright, so I am going to download something called Abby Word. And what this is a standalone processing software, and it's Windows, so we're going to see if it'll work on this. So we're going to download this. There we go. We're going to download it. There we go, there we go, there we go. Okay. Alright, so we're going to open File. So it should automatically launch. Alright, so I'm going to drag this to the desktop. Open that up. I'm going to try Firefox now. So, download Firefox. Okay, so everything's downloading. So we're going to go into downloads here. Open it up. Alright, so I gotta download that browser again, so there we go. Alright, so we know it works. Alright, so we know certain things do work, that we know the setup works. It's catching it saying, hey, this is not working properly. So what I'm going to do now is try MS Paint. There we go. Okay, so here's what we're going to do. We're going to try the MS Paint. There we go. Hopefully it'll download for me. There we go. We're going to open this up. If that doesn't like it, I'll just drag it out. Should open up. So it's recognizing .exe files, which is what I like seeing. Alright, so with that said, that is it for this video. Please comment, like, subscribe, and click that bell for more notifications.